Do you want to watch Spider-Man? No, that's not my cup of tea. Cup of tea? This is your cup of tea. Yes, that is my cup of tea, but I meant cup of tea idiomatically. Idiomatically? Idiom? Hello, my name is Maddie from POC English. What is an idiom? An idiom is a group of words that have a meaning different than the meaning of the single words separately. The English language is full of idioms, so it's very important to learn them. Now, in this lesson, we are going to learn 5 food idioms. Let's start. Idiom number 1, not my cup of tea. If something is not your cup of tea, it means you don't like it and you are not interested in it. This idiom is usually used negatively to say that I don't like something, so we usually say not my cup of tea. For example, do you want to go skiing this weekend? No, not really. Skiing is not my cup of tea. Skiing is not my cup of tea, which means I don't like skiing. I'm not interested in it. It's not my cup of tea. Or here's another example. Cool guitar. You must love music, don't you? Not really. My roommate plays the guitar. In fact, music is not really my cup of tea. Music is not my cup of tea, which means I don't like music. I'm not into music. It's not my cup of tea. Idiom number 2, to cry over spilled milk. To cry over spilled milk. But what does it mean? To cry over spilled milk means to get upset over something bad that has happened and that you cannot change it. Again, this idiom is usually used negatively, and we usually say, don't cry over spilled milk, which means there is no point in being sad over something that has happened and that cannot be changed. You cannot do anything about it. It has happened. Forget about it. Don't cry over spilled milk. Oh man, if only I had studied harder. Well, you can't go back in time, can you? No, of course not. So don't cry over spilled milk. Focus on the future. Idiom number 3, a hard nut, or a hard nut to crack. Some people even say a tough nut, or a tough nut to crack. But what does it mean? You can use this idiom to talk about people and to say that someone is difficult to deal with, or is difficult to understand. Do you think you can get him to agree to the contract? I don't know. I'll do my best. He's a hard nut to crack. He is a hard nut to crack. He's a hard nut to crack means he is a difficult person to deal with. It's not easy to deal with him. It's not easy to understand him. You can also use this idiom to talk about things and objects. So, what do you think we should do? I don't know. This problem is a hard nut to crack. This problem is a hard nut to crack, which means it's a very difficult problem to deal with. It's not easy to deal with this problem. It's a very tricky problem. It's a hard nut to crack. The next idiom is my favorite idiom. Let's see if you can get it. Piece of cake. What does it mean when something is a piece of cake? This is my favorite idiom because it's also the name of my channel, Piece of Cake English. English is a piece of cake. But what does it mean? Does it mean it's sweet? It's delicious? What does it mean? If something is a piece of cake, it means it's very easy to do. So, Piece of Cake English, POC English, Poke English, my channel, means that learning English is a piece of cake. Learning English is something very easy to do. With me. I have a job interview tomorrow, and I am very nervous. Don't worry, I'm sure the job interview will be a piece of cake. I am sure the job interview will be a piece of cake, which means I'm sure the job interview will be something really easy to do. You can easily take care of the job interview. It's very easy. It's a piece of cake. Now, before we get to the next and the last idiom of today, if you want to have the full list of the idioms of this lesson with their meanings and their example sentences, and the lesson summary of all my videos when I post them on YouTube, just give me your email address. But how? Go to my website, pocenglish.com. The link is in the description of this video. Click on the link, go to my website, type in your email address and click subscribe. You will receive the summary of this lesson and my next lessons when I post them on YouTube in your email address for free. And now, idiom number 5, bread and butter. Bread and butter. What does it mean? Are we talking about breakfast? Because we have bread and butter for breakfast. No, we're not talking about breakfast. We're talking about money. Bread and butter means somebody's main source of income, where someone earns money from. Bread and butter. For example, what does he do for a living? He does many things, but acting is his bread and butter. He does many things, but acting is his bread and butter. He does many things, but acting is his bread and butter. It means his main source of income is acting. He earns his salary through acting. Or here's another example. Tell me about your job. These days, I'm working in a company. But before that, my bread and butter was teaching. My bread and butter was teaching. My bread and butter was teaching. It means my main source of income was teaching. I used to earn salary by teaching. And that's it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this lesson. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to this channel, click subscribe. See you.